Hey guys, what's up? It's Krystal. So today I have a Milani review for you. I picked up some of Milani's latest products and I've been testing them out for probably a month now. I tried to film this video a couple other times and I just wasn't happy with the footage, so third time's the charm, I hope. So I have the new foundation, a primer, an eyebrow like pomade, an eyebrow mascara, a powder, and I think that's it. Oh, and some liquid lipsticks. So if you guys want to see what I purchased from Milani and my thoughts about them, just keep watching. So I'm going to start with these. These are the Milani Amore matte lip creams and I was really excited to buy these and try them out. I almost purchased more colors, but I'm really glad I didn't because these did not work for me. I am wearing one of them today and it looks good on the lips, but I don't love the formula. So the two colors that I have are Adorable and Precious. And one's more of a nude shade and the other one's like a rosy pink. Really pretty colors. I love the colors. I love the scent. I love the packaging. Let's see. So the scent of these smells like vanilla cupcakes. It smells really good. So the doe foot applicator on these is flat, which I like. It makes it very easy in application. I could just lay it flat on my lip to apply it to the lip and then I can use the tip of it to outline the lips. So I like the scent, I like the doe foot applicator. I think the packaging overall is really, really nice and the price point is really good. I think these might have been $9, $9.99 or something like that from the Milani website. And so those things I do like about the product. I just don't like the formula. So when I apply it on, it is very opaque, very even in application, which I also like. But after it sits on the lips for a little bit, and if I rub my lips together, it actually starts to ball up really weird. And I've experienced that with other liquid lipsticks, so these are not the only ones. I feel like the liquid lipsticks that are really drying and transfer proof are usually the ones that ball up really weird. So some people can deal with that. It's just not my favorite formula of liquid lipstick. I rather have something that transfers a little bit, that's a little bit more hydrating and moussey and doesn't ball up, you know? So other than that, I think these are good. If you can deal with the whole like peeling up, balling up on your lips, then you may like these, especially for the price point, but I just wasn't happy with them because of that. And I will probably still wear them like in videos, maybe for short periods of time, but I'm not gonna buy any more of these. I know some people really, really love these, but I didn't. So then I picked up this primer. This is the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. This is the hydrating and pore minimizing one. It's oil-free. I picked this one up at Walmart. It was around $9. So it says it's supposed to prime skin to create a smooth canvas before applying any foundation, hydrates skin and creates a natural finish, reduces redness and appearance of enlarged pores, lightweight, non-greasy feel, and does not clog pores. So this primer did not work for me. I did not feel like it really minimized my pores or was that hydrating on my skin. It was non-greasy feeling and it did feel lightweight and it did feel like smoothing on the skin, but it really wasn't hydrating or pore minimizing, which it claims to be. So this one was a pass for me. I want to try to return this one because it just didn't work out. So next is the Milani, the Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. I have two shades, which I will tell you why I have two shades here in a minute. Obviously, one didn't work for me, so I bought another one. But this is 1 fluid ounce. It retails for about $9.99. And I got one at Walmart, one from the Milani website. It says it's medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So it comes in a glass jar with a pump, so I appreciate the packaging. The price point's really good. So the reason I have two shades of this foundation is because the first one that I purchased was from the Milani website. I picked up 02 Natural, which is the second shade. And I have a light complexion with a yellow undertone. So this one was described as having golden undertones, so I thought that was perfect. So I purchased this one. When I received it, I wasn't happy with it because the color just wasn't right. It had more, I feel like, of a neutral to pink undertone, and it was a little bit too dark for me. So that one just didn't work out. And then I happened to go in Walmart and they now carry Milani at my Walmart. So I found the 01 Creamy Vanilla, which is the lightest shade. And this one was described on the Milani website as having cool undertone, which I'm not a cool undertone. So that's why I didn't pick this one up initially. But when I saw it in person, it looked very yellow in the bottle. So I purchased it at Walmart. So 01 Creamy Vanilla, it does have a very yellow undertone, but it's still a little bit too dark and a little bit too yellow for me. So I'm an NC 2025 in MAC, and this one's a little bit too dark and too yellow. If you have a lighter complexion than I do, you're not going to be able to find a shade that works for you because the shades just run really dark in this foundation. So anyway, aside from that, I was able to make it work by blending it down my neck a little bit. So this claims to be medium to full coverage, which it totally is. I feel like the way it blends out on the skin just depends what you wear underneath it. If you wear something that's a little bit more slick, like an oil or just certain primers that have more of a slick feel to them, it blends out really easily. But if you wear something that's a little bit more mattifying or drying as far as primer or moisturizer goes, it's harder to blend out just because it has a thick consistency. But I personally like to put like really hydrating products under my foundation. Like I wear beauty oils and stuff like that, so that made it really easy to blend out. I tried this foundation with different products. I tried it with different moisturizers, different primers, and I just, overall, my thoughts are I just don't like this foundation. I tried it out for probably a month off and on, and I really couldn't decide if I liked it or not in the beginning, but after using it for so much longer, I decided that I just don't like it at all. It looks good like when you first apply it to the skin. It has like a satin finish on my skin because I wore like hydrating products underneath that could have made it more like a satin finish, but I've heard people say that it's a very matte finish. So for me, I like the way that it looked initially on my skin, and it gave really good coverage, covered all my hyperpigmentation, and so I love the coverage of it. But within a couple hours, it started to get really, really oily, and I don't have oily skin. I have normal to dry skin. So the fact that it got super oily on me, like especially by the end of the day, oh my God, I looked so greasy the first week that I tried this foundation, and I was just like, what the heck? I don't feel like it wore off weird or anything on my face, but it was like super oily. Like I haven't been that oily in a really long time because I just don't have oily skin anymore. So when it started to get oily on my skin, it was accentuating my pores and my fine lines under my eyes. So I just don't like this foundation. It makes me look oily and it accentuates my pores and my fine lines. So why would I want to wear you? I don't like you. No, I don't like this foundation. I've heard kind of mixed reviews about this foundation. Some people like it, some people don't like it. So I watched a video from Melissa Autry, I think her name is. I will link her video where she did a like try on wear test on this foundation. Basically what it did to her in that video is what it did to me, and I think she has more dry skin as well. She just looked super, super oily. So check out her video. I will link it down below, but what it did to her, it did to me as well. So that foundation just didn't work for me, and I wish that I could return the one from the Milani website, which I'm sure I can, but I think you have to actually call them to make any returns, and it just seems like such a hassle. I might try to return the lightest one to Walmart. So not only did I not like the way the foundation wore on my skin throughout the day, but the color selection is too dark, and the descriptions of the colors on the Milani website are incorrect for these two shades. They're backwards. They're pretty much backwards. Okay. Okay, so that's like 3 for 3 products that I didn't like from Milani. I'm sorry, Milani. I usually like Milani products. I don't know. It's kind of sad. So I have another face product. This is the Milani Prep+Set+Go Transparent Face Powder. It says you can wear this under your foundation to prep your skin or over your foundation. So I don't think I would wear this under my foundation, especially if it's a liquid. Maybe if it's a powder foundation, but I don't know. It just sounds kind of weird to me. So the packaging on this is nice. It's just black with a see-through top, so the packaging's nice. The price point on this was about $9.99. I picked it up from the Milani website, and I've used it quite a bit. So I mainly like to use this to set my under eye concealer, but if I put too much on, it does start to make my under eyes look dry. So just take note of that. If you have drier skin, drier under eyes, it may look dry under the eyes if you put too much on. It is pretty transparent as long as you don't apply too much. I don't feel like this is the most finely milled transparent powder. It's not like my RCMA powder. Like I just recently purchased that one and tried that one out. That one has a very finely milled consistency. This one, you can even see little bumps. After I started to wear it down a little bit on the top, you can see like little bumps and chunks in the product. So it's not really that finely milled, I feel. It has like a thicker texture to it, which I don't like. Like if I want to set my under eyes, I want a transparent powder that has a very thin, finely milled consistency to it. So this one's a little bit thick in consistency, and it does give you a little bit of a white cast under your eye if you apply too much. So I have a lighter complexion. If you had a darker complexion, I think it would even show up more on you. So I feel like this is okay. It's not my favorite and I wouldn't repurchase it, but I will try to get through that. So that one was like, eh. Okay, so I picked up a couple eyebrow products from Milani. This is the Milani Stay Put Brow Color, and I got the color in 02 Natural Taupe. So it's like a eyebrow pomade, and it comes with a double-ended brush that I feel like is very functional. So the color of this reminds me a lot of my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Blonde. And that one I'm still trying to use up. I feel like that one has maybe a little bit of a softer texture than this one. I actually feel like I like the pomades that are a little bit more firm. When they're a little bit too moussey, I feel like you can't get as much precision. So the fact that this one is a little bit harder in texture is good. I like that about it. So the color of this is good. I have it on my eyebrows today, but my eyebrows don't look the best today because I'm just one of those people that struggles with my eyebrows all the time. As soon as they start to grow in, like if they're not groomed really, really thin, then it's really hard to get the shape perfect. So they don't look very good right now because I need to groom them. But so I like the color of this in, what did I say it was? Natural Taupe. So if you have like blonde hair, I think this would be a good color. It doesn't have any red tones in it. It is more of an ashy shade. So I really do like this pomade. It does remind me of my Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I feel like the texture is just a little bit firmer, just a little bit. But I think it's very comparable to that, and it's much more affordable. Now, of course, you do get less. I think last time I tried to do this video, I calculated it, and I think you could have purchased 2 of these and it still would have been cheaper than buying the Anastasia one. I can't remember how much this was. It might have been $7 or something like that. It comes with this little double-ended brush, which has a spoolie, which works just fine. I mean, I prefer a spoolie that's a little bit smaller and has those very small bristles, but it's still very functional. And then it has the brush, which actually is really good. I actually really like the brush that it comes with. It has a very thin width. Like when you pinch it together, it's very thin, which is something that I like because it just really helps you carve out your brows really, really nicely. So this is the product out of everything that I really did like. I think it's probably worth the price because you get a brush and you get the pomade, and it's good. And I think they have a good color selection, if I can recall. So that's a good product. Just don't judge based on my eyebrows today. I will insert a picture of when I did them before with this product, and I really like the way they came out. But again, if my eyebrows are not groomed like really well, then my eyebrows, I struggle with the shape. So that's the case today. Okay, so the last product I have from Milani is the Milani Easy Brow Tinted Fiber Gel. And I got the shade in Natural Taupe 02. I really love the brush on this. It is very small. So the bristles on the wand are very, very tiny, and that's something that I like. And it comes to a point, so it's really nice that you can comb your brows, but then you can also use the tip to kind of define or kind of get in certain little places on your eyebrows. So I love the applicator. I like the packaging. It has little fibers that you can totally see when you pull it out. So this is an eyebrow product that I have to use in conjunction with something else. So like I could put the pomade on, or I can fill in my eyebrows with powder, or with like an eyebrow pencil, and then I can go in with this and like really help define them a little bit more and help them stay in place. And maybe even make them a little bit fuller because of the fibers, but I cannot use this eyebrow product alone because it really just doesn't give that much color or pigmentation to my brows. It just, like I have very thin sparse brows, so if I were to use this alone, it really wouldn't do much for me. So if you're somebody that has like a thicker brows and you don't need a lot of product to fill them in, then this would probably work really well for you. But if you're somebody like me that has thin sparse brows and you need more definition and more product to actually make it look like you have some brows, then this isn't gonna work. Maybe it's just the color that I have because it's such a light color, but even just watching it like on the back of my hand, it really just doesn't give that much color. It looks almost slightly transparent, so I think that's why it really just doesn't fill them in on its own. So I like this, but I don't think it's a must-have unless you have really thick full brows and you just want a little something to comb through them. So that's my thoughts about this one. My favorite one is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. Like, I love that one because I can wear that one alone and I can actually get it to color in my brows enough where I don't have to fill them in on like days where I'm in a rush. But this one just doesn't do that for me. So this one doesn't make your eyebrows really like crispy. Like some of these brow mascaras, they can make your eyebrows feel crispy. This one does not. This is not totally budge proof. Just keep that in mind. So those are my final thoughts on all these new Milani products. If you guys have tried these out, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I always like to hear your guys' opinions as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys and I hope you have an amazing day.